Monday, 2nd of May. In this episode, I talked to Sofia about her culture and what it was like growing up being half Spanish, half Argentinian. Come along with me as we explore this, as well as cook a dish from Spain.
Well, I'm gonna make us some tea first, which is traditional Argentinian. Well, okay, this brand specifically is Argentinian. Mate in general, if you ask any other Latin American person, everyone will claim that mate is theirs. Like if you ask a Paraguayan, they'll say it's theirs. Uruguayan, same. It's Argentinian. But yeah, and basically you drink it with this special bombilla.
What's that?
So it's called a bombilla. It's basically like a straw, but with a filter at the end. This is a traditional one. My mom lent it to me. And then this is a more less traditional version of what it would be. It would usually be made out of wood or glass and hand painted. My mom gave me the silicone one because she doesn't trust me with the nice one. It's a very communal thing. People come over to your house and you guys have mate. You go to the park, you take the mate. You go to study, you have mate. And basically
It's like flour, basically. No.
It's not. Well, it looks like flour.
I thought it was a flower bag.
No. So it's basically it comes from this tree, and it's just the tiny leaves.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically what you do is you pour it 3/4 of the way. Yeah, and little kids drink this over there. Anyone really. The pandemic, I guess, has pretty much affected how people socialize in Argentina, though, because this is shared from person to person. So it's if there's 5 people sitting in a group, you'll all share the same one.
It's one straw.
Yeah, but
you can't do it now.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But
So it's just
yeah, and you just kind of pour.
What does that thing do? It's a filter.
The bottom bit is a filter, yeah.
Okay.
And then I like putting some sugar because it's pretty bitter. You're not gonna so basically what they do is the adults will have be passed around in a circle. The adults will have, yeah.
Pass.
The adults will have the first ones because they're the most bitter ones, and then when I was little, they would give me the last ones.
Over time, it just
it starts, it loses flavor, and so every time you drink it, you pour some more water and you pass it to the next person, and it kind of goes around like that. So yeah. No,
Wow.
and you just let it sit. But yeah, that's how it's made, and I have it because it's very healthy.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, and it reminds me of when I was a kid. So.
That's nice.
But then I try to give my friends some of it sometimes, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" I was gonna swear, but I didn't. But yeah, you can have some if you want. Careful, because the water is hot, but it's just don't move. Okay, very important. Don't move the straw.
Okay, I can do whenever I have a straw.
Yeah, no, because it's got the filter at the bottom. So if you move it, it'll get the little leaves stuck in it, and it won't taste nice. Okay. So that's cardinal rule number 1. Yeah,
course,
be careful because it's hot.
Okay.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Actually.
It's tea.
Yeah.
But everyone drinks it. So
yeah.
I thought it would be nice to show you. I really like how friendly and welcoming Spanish people are. I know it's a really huge stereotype, but I didn't realize how big of a thing it was until I moved here. Just because even getting on public transport and making eye contact with people in Spain, you at least smile at them, if not start a conversation oh, crazy weather, isn't it? How's your day been? Whatever. Yeah. Here, the first week I moved over, I smiled at someone on public transport, and they were
oh.
Oh, who's this weirdo smiling at me? I don't know her,
what was it? In London, it's just the ones that you go you alright? And then the other person's you alright? And then you just move on.
No, it just felt very cold, and I'm not talking about the weather. It was more just people to people. Then once you get used to it, you realize it's I feel here people take longer to become closer, but then once you are close, you're very good friends. It's just in Spain, it's immediate. Like you're already best
Yeah.
friends with everybody, you know?
Yeah, that's something.
And I kind of miss that.
Yeah, I like to make
that
friends.
about it.
I think that every time I come up with something like, hey, let's be friends straight away. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Or even just like more expressive
Yeah.
of like happy feelings, like
Yeah.
just louder and more, you know, some people can find that very annoying. And sometimes if you're having like a long day and you're tired, you can find that annoying. But I miss that the most, I think, about,
Yeah.
you know, living in Spain. It's just the,
Boop, 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 boop.
you know, being happy.
Of course.
I feel that might be the weather as well.
In it.
In it.
Yeah, in it, man. In it.
Yeah. Jeff's teaching me London
In it.
slang.
So yeah, a bit of London slang, you know. A wagwan means shit, I forgot myself. What's up? Is that right?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
The look of disappointment on your face is just...
Hey, a wagwan fam.
Hey, I can forget it, but I
Yeah.
don't think you can.
I don't know. I used to, when I was younger, I was proper into the London slang. Proper in it.
In it. Shut
In it.
up. Shut up.
Shut up, fam. Bottle up. Oh shit, I'm just mocking London slang now.
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing I really like, I mean, you must get this as well,
Yes.
but when I meet other Spanish people here, it's different from when you meet, like, for example, Latin American people, because we all have, like, our own different expressions.
Right.
And so I'll say something that to me sounds perfectly fine, but if I say it to one of my Latin American friends,
They'd be
Or
like,
like,
what are you doing,
what
mate?
the hell, you
What is
know?
this?
What are you talking about? And vice versa.
These are
You got the potatoes?
potatoes are just taking forever.
Yeah. Maybe we should use the magic of cinema to...
Transition! Potato?
Okay, so for the potatoes, each person has their own way.
Yes. How do you cut it?
I'll tell you my way. Depending on the size of the potato, this
Yeah.
one I would cut into 3 layers.
3 layers. So
And
like,
then-
boom, boom, boom.
You kind of want them thick enough so that they won't...
Are you mashing? What are we doing with them?
No, so we're gonna fry them and then put them in the middle.
Oh, it's gonna be inside the thing.
Yeah.
So you'll make like fries.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you don't want them... You want them thin enough so that they're crispy,
Yeah.
but not thin enough so that they break apart, if that
course.
makes sense.
I did like like thin ones one
so
time.
I
and then-
usually like them like...
Okay, don't let me speak.
Like, no, never again. When I was little and here in the UK, when people would ask where I was from, I'd say, oh, I'm Argentinian, because my mum was Argentinian. And so that's like all I knew, really. Like, I thought it was cool that I spoke Spanish and the other kids didn't.
See.
And then I moved to Spain, like
Yeah.
when I was like 5 or 6, and everyone was like, oh, where are you from? And I'd say, oh, I'm English.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel Argentinian and I didn't feel Spanish either, you know?
Like you pushed yourself to one side.
Yeah.
Of the house. That was kind of me.
Yeah,
But
or like
Philippines, maybe.
adapting a little bit, or kind of saying, okay, well, I thought I was Spanish, but now I'm here with real Spanish people and I'm not,
Oh, okay.
you know?
Yeah.
But then we'd visit Argentina like for a month every year, and when I'd go there, I'd say, oh no, I'm Spanish, because I'd be like, oh, these are Argentinian people, but I'm not like them,
Yeah.
so I can't be Argentinian, you know? And so I guess it's hard. I mean, you'd understand, obviously, but it's hard for kids who have like parents from different places
Yeah.
and then grow up in a third country. It's like, well, who am I and where am I from? Because
Yeah, no,
obviously
yeah.
I'm from nowhere.
It's just like a mixture of all this.
Yeah.
All these.
And you try to
different-
adapt
yeah.
too. It's like when I used to spend a month over there, my accent would fully change from Spanish to Argentinian, and then
Yeah.
I'd go back
Yeah.
to Spain and my friends would be
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Because even like
Yeah.
words and stuff, I'd find difficult to communicate with the other kids when I was little in Spain, because even though the language is the same, vocabulary is very different and like accent and stuff. So I'd call like the computer, instead of ordenador, I'd say computadora, like they do in Argentina, and no one would understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
You know, I guess for kids that's hard. Now that I've grown up, it's kind of like cool, you know, to have a bit of a mix. But
Yeah, it's it.
yeah,
Like
I think
you got all
so.
those mixtures of different cultures. And
No,
like, oh, this-
exactly.
well, I can show you this thing and then this.
Yeah.
So I like putting
Oily?
a bit of oil first at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the problem with making tortilla
Yeah.
is that you do waste a lot of oil. So
Yeah.
I like saving it after and using it
For the
the
eggs.
second time.
The eggies.
No, so like when
Just
you're
dash it
frying,
in.
because you need to like really fry them
Yeah.
in the oil. You know how how grandmas in general, like you're always being super careful with the pan,
Yeah.
and then they'll literally, like, my grandma will go
Oh,
like this.
that's the same with like South Asians and like
How?
Asians. Because like with you know the chapati or whatever,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go like, and then put
Or
it
with,
like that.
like,
And then put the
tamales.
hand on the pan. It's just like
Yeah, literally in the fire, just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, that's fine.
I'm like, how you doing that? How you doing that?
It's super human.
Yeah,
Part of the culture.
yeah, it's mad. Like the strength,
we go.
the fight in them. Yeah,
Fighting.
I don't know.
So whilst these are cooking, we're gonna
See?
take another pan
Okay.
and add some more oil.
Okay.
We're gonna take another pan and we're gonna fry the rest of the ingredients, just so we speed up a little. And then once those are done and these are done, we'll take some of the oil out, put
Put
the
it
eggs on top,
okay.
and leave it.
Leave it.
And then
Yeah.
it'll become what we want it to.
So you know when you first told me tortilla,
Tortilla.
I thought it was the freaking like with the.
Yeah, that's the Mexican tortilla, tacos. Those are like tacos.
Okay, now I understand. Yeah, sorry.
I like putting the stronger ingredients first.
Yeah,
So,
so the chili
things like
times,
this,
chili.
Yeah, and the onion.
No seeds, yeah, no seeds.
I mean, you can put seeds
don't
if
want
you
no
want.
seeds.
It'll be spicier if you do.
You don't want no seeds.
Which I'm fine with.
No, we're gonna
I'm
kill the
fine.
cameraman if we do that.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Full
got
careful.
it.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Careful with the knife. There you go.
It's also really nice that these are fire cookers because it
Yeah.
just
I like fire cookers.
It does
better.
something
I
else,
don't
you know?
like the
induction
electric ones
ones.
because it's
Yeah,
just like
no.
why?
Me neither. Yeah, exactly.
Old fashioned.
It doesn't feel
fire.
the same.
Fire.
It doesn't feel
Water. Air. Fire. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking.
So these we're gonna turn
we
the
cooking.
pizza.
We cooking. We cooking.
And
Here
I'm going to
in the
cook.
kitchen, frying up them fries. We cooking some onions. Sofia and them guys. What the fuck?
I remember this one incident of when I was a kid and I was playing with the other kids in Argentina, and again, vocabulary is very different, so it's easy to have mishaps. And in Spanish, to grab something, the word is coger. Coger. Yeah, that's the word to grab something. Like,
Yeah.
oh, cojo la botella, you know? In Argentina, coger...
Wait, this is the cojones.
Yeah, that's a different word though. That's a different word.
Yeah.
But in Argentina, coger means to fuck something.
Okay.
Or, you know, coger
Yeah.
is like, anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was little and I was just like, oh, voy a ir a coger la pelota, or like, I'm gonna go grab the ball, or like, I'm, you know, like when we were playing. And I just remember everyone just like turning around and like being like, and then starting laughing at me, and I felt so like, oh, what have I said? I didn't understand. Yeah, yeah, or like, I was telling my friends that my favorite teacher at school, her name was Concha.
Yeah.
And Concha in Spain is a super common name, but Concha in Argentina literally is like the word for female genitals.
Okay.
So, and I was like, oh yeah, Concha, my teacher. And everyone was like, oh, what did this 6-year-old just say? You know, like there's a lot of moments like that I can remember. And it used to affect me as a kid because I was like, I'd go up to my mom and I'd be like,
What did I do?
They don't like me, or they're making fun of me, or whatever, because I didn't quite fit in either of them. But, you know, now it's kind of cool that my Spanish, like I can understand Latin American Spanish just as well as like Castellano, like Spanish from Spain, or like I can speak English and understand people. Like now it's nice, but I didn't used to like it as a kid at all.
You do? It's alright.
Now it's good.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we learned that.
I like.
Like.
You must have gotten that too, though, right?
Which one?
Like, you know, having parents from two different places. Like, you go to one place, you're like, I'm not fully this, and then you go to the other place and you don't feel fully at home either.
Yeah, no, it's a bit weird.
Is for the Filipino side your mom's side?
Yes.
Do you think like you usually tend to associate more with the mom's side of the family?
Yeah.
Because my dad's Spanish, but the reason I think I associate more with Spain is just because we moved there. But when we were here, I didn't associate with Spain at all. I was like, Argentinian because my mom was, and that's
Yeah.
the accent that she has. So if like you watch my baby videos, my Spanish accent is like super, super, super Argentinian.
Yeah.
So what, do we just like crack the eggs right into it
No,
after?
so we need to. Bless you.
Thank you.
We need to put the potatoes aside. Take some of the oil out because that's way too much. It's gonna overflow. You don't want that.
Okay, yeah, you don't want the fries. Yes, yes.
Catastrophe.
How do you say
Desastre.
catastrophe in Spanish?
Catastrophe.
That's it.
Desastre.
Disaster.
Desastre, catastrophe, horrible. We can do it in a telenovela
Patatas.
way.
Patatas.
Patatas.
I don't know much. Yeah, it's hard, learning language because I've got like 2 languages in it. So it's just like she's not even paying attention to me. She's not even paying attention to me.
Hijos míos, lo que pasa es que no puedo más. No puedo más, no tengo paciencia. No tengo paciencia, lo siento. Tengo hambre.
See,
Or
can you do it one-handed?
What? Why would I want to do it one-handed? God gave me 2.
Because it's sick when you do it with one hand. You're like, boom.
Yeah, but who's watching? Who are you trying to impress, Jeff?
Myself. Shit.
And that's a lesson for today, kids. Don't impress anyone else. Impress yourself.
Yeah, you gotta do it for yourself.
Do it for
Do it for
you.
yourself. Do it for you.
And I'm gonna put the spinach into the pan, just so
Yeah, okay.
that's the last thing.
Yeah,
This
right.
is gonna take some time.
Hey,
to
my
make.
name's Stephen Grant. Yeah, right. Wagwan. My name's Stephen Grant. It's like, is that even a good English accent? It's like, see, oh, you haven't even watched the show. Okay, doesn't matter. Not the type of person that watches that show. Moon Knight.
In Spain, there's a bit of like a stereotype, like Argentinian people. There'd be like a lot of Argentinian TV shows, and it's like kind of like child bullying. Like it's not like, they were saying really mean things, but as a kid, like they'll say 2 or 3 dumb things and it'll really affect you. And so they were like, oh, there's this TV show called like Patito Feo, and they were all Argentinian, and then people at school would try to imitate the accent. And I just remember going home to my mom and being like, they're being so mean about Argentinian people, and like I'd be upset about that obviously because I was a kid. But then even like coming here for university, people would find out that I was Spanish, and they'd immediately be like, oh, so you like to dance, and like, or like at one point, like I remember in first year, someone was like, oh yeah, she's Spanish, so she's easy. And it's like, excuse me, like rude. But then there's also like a lot of, like, I've been lucky that that's been the worst of it, It's not that much to complain about. Positively, like it's great because like I've met so many people over here. I think Spanish people have this like instant connection of like, like the Spider-Man meme, and it doesn't matter if you have nothing else in common other than you're Spanish, you're gonna be friends. And I feel like that's something that I miss here, of having that like immediate like you can instantly become super close, super friends. Super friends. Sometimes I don't tell people I was born here.
Why?
Because I feel like it's nice. It's not nice to come to a place as a foreign person, but also it is, in the sense that like people leave their expectations of you at that point, and then once they learn that I was born here, it's like, oh, you're one of us, and it's like, well,
one of us.
I don't want to be friends with you if you weren't going to be friends with me just because I wasn't English. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't tell people that at the beginning, just to see how they go, and if they're fine with it, then I'm like, oh no, actually, like,
I was born here. Born and raised.
I mean, that might sound silly, but I do notice there's a difference how people treat you depending on,
where you from?
Yeah. Not everyone, but specific people. So, did you ever watch Shaun the Sheep?
Yes.
Shaun le Mouton?
Shaun the Sheep, yeah.
Or La Oveja Shaun?
Yeah.
And what about Dora the Explorer? Because that was... Dora,
Hi, have you seen a Sofia? Has anyone seen Sofia? She's behind me!
Okay, we're gonna go for it.
Yeah, okay,
We're
let's
gonna
do
lower
it.
the heat.
Yeah. Alright, I'll let you do this because I don't jump myself.
And it's just gonna
So you just pour it in, okay.
pour it all over.
Cool.
And we're just gonna give it a little zhuzh to make sure everything's
Flatty.
covered.
Cool. Okay.
And now we've lowered the heat, and this has to sit for a while because it has to cook all the way through.
Yeah.
The tricky bit, and this is the bit that, because I'm not a great cook, I always mess up, is the bottom part's gonna cook first. So you want it to cook through without burning the bottom.
Yeah. Wow. That's about, so you have to have the fire proper low, innit?
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. It could turn out good, it could turn out bad.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, so I guess we'll see you back when it's time to flip it.
I'll see you on the flip side. I'm not ready yet, but I'll tell you when I am. Yeah.
I said my guy's voice to tortilla.
That's how hungry we are, guys. The tortilla has
I see dead people.
Do you wanna?
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, go. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. Let go. I got it.
It's burnt!
Ah!
But the good thing is it's only the surface layer.
Okay, we
So
can
we
remove
can
that.
take it off.
We can remove that.
Things of life, guys. Okay.
Okay, should I put it down?
We're gonna move it over there.
It's like
Take the top bit off and put it back on the pan for
okay.
like 2 minutes. And
So
then
I
it'll be
just- that's
done.
it.
You just lift off the
Nurse,
top
give me the
layer.
fork. Nurse.
Oh my god. If my grandma sees this, I am getting a beating.
Beep, beep, beep. We're losing him. We're losing him.
And then we just, okay, this is another complicated part.
No, just wait. Okay. Wait, you can mean like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you heat it up again.
I mean, usually you do it like all pretty close together.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. So usually it's more of a boom, boom, boom situation. We obviously, well, again, I can't cook.
Yes, disclaimer.
So,
Let's put a disclaimer.
a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. So this is like literally 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
we're done.
This is amazing. Can't wait to eat.
Yeah,
You're gonna
literally now.
feast on this beast.
If I manage to
And
do
then
it
we're
now
gonna
again.
greet the many
Can you help me?
feasts. Nice.
Baby. Whee! Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Look at that. That's amazing.
We got it.
That's amazing.
Let's stay there.
That's amazing. Wow.
So in Spanish culture, actually, food is very important. Like it's one of the main, like I think family bonding moments, where it's like your grandparents will teach you recipes and you'll go with them. Like food is a very central thing I think to our culture. You can't really tell because I can't cook, but I have actually spent a lot of time like over the summer with my grandma. She's the type of person who will get up at like 6 a.m. and start cooking.
Dedication.
And will cook the whole day, and for lunch you'll have like 3 different, like the main course and then the side dish and then the desserts, and she'll make everything from scratch every day.
Is it your
And
grandma?
that's been my grandma on my dad's side.
Those are grandmas, man.
Yeah, but no, but my grandma on my mom's side, she can cook as well, but not the same way. Like my grandma on my dad's side, she literally, like it's her whole life, and she's so good at it, and she really enjoys it. And I just think that's such a thing that we're losing now, because obviously, like you can't expect someone to be cooking from 6 a.m. like unless they really enjoy it. And I think that's something I've always admired from her, and something that I'm just sad that I can't do, for example, because it's such a gift to be able to cook, I think.
Don't worry, you'll be
I'll
that
get
in the
there.
future.
I'll
You'll
get
do it.
there.
You'll do it. You get in there. You'll get there.
What about you, Anya?
No, but I was gonna say that I think in Poland we have a bit of similar thing, and we actually have a lot of dishes containing like potatoes as well. For example, our traditional dish, which is called pierogi, which is like little dumplings, and they're stuffed with cheese and potatoes actually. We've done it once, so you could try. But yeah, it's also like my grandma who has taught me how to do it, and also from my dad's side. And then my dad has taught me and my brother how to cook. So yeah, I mean, I love cooking too, and I feel like it's a part of every culture, I would even say. And it's different, obviously. So like, yeah. But grandma's definitely
Grandma's.
the best.
Comes like you're getting thin. You need to eat all this.
The
But-
life force of the
Yeah, it's
family.
okay.
Literally.
Well, speaking of food.
That's enough talking.
Yeah.
Speaking of food. Speaking of foods.
Time.
Look at this. Look at this.
This cake.
Look at this.
Look at this cake.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Chin. Oh, okay.
Is that hygienic?
Yeah, I don't
We don't
know.
know.
Okay, cheers.
Taste Jack. Very good.
Beautiful.
They're forced
Beautiful.
to say that. It's actually good. Though.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
actually really good.
Well done, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was watching the whole
Yeah.
process.
I'm
Beautiful.
happy with that. I'm happy with it.
Oh yeah, so teach me a bit of Spanish then.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Vale. Estamos cortando patatas ahora. Your mind went blank.
We're making potatoes today.
We're cutting potatoes.
today.
Making potatoes today. We're growing them from scratch.
From scratch, yeah.
Estamos cortando patatas.
Estamos cortando potato.
You got it.
Yeah.
Dora.
Hi, have you seen a Sofia? Has anyone seen Sofia? She's behind me!